I am over style shoots, and I'll be honest, I see them being used, and I don't like how they're being disingenuously used. Is that the word disingenuously? Disingenuously used. So if you are one who loves style shoots, this may be the podcast that's going to annoy you. Hello, welcome back to Loudlands, the podcast that slaps you in the face with truth, pours you a cup of blunt honesty with a little dose of sarcasm, and dares you to build an actual business, not just a hobby. Hi, I'm Khandie, obviously Khandie Photography, loud, uncaffeinated still, surprisingly, after 3 years, and I was saying aggressively against gatekeeping. And today we're talking about the style sheet obsession. And I know this one might sting a few people, but I'm going to say it. It kind of starting to irk me. Now, what the hell is a style sheet, you're going to ask? Well, most of you may know, but for you who are new, you probably don't. Let's think a style shoot could be something like a fake wedding, a fake elopement, or a fake couple session. It's fake, okay? Everything around it is faked. People are real. I mean, maybe not their relationship to one another, but the people are real. You've probably done one. You're even planning one. I've done one in the past. I've actually taken part in one. They are great for creativity, for testing out new gear, finding new locations, networking with vendors. I get it. I'm not saying they're evil. They are not. But what I am saying is they can destroy your business if you don't know what you're doing, because styled shoots are not real business. They're not real clients. They are just adverts for everyone else, okay? They are marketing fluff. They are theatre. They are smoke and mirrors. And there are too many photographers, particularly new ones, who think a styled shoot they can promote as client work. And that's where the problem starts. This is not your client's work. It has got nothing to do with clients, actually. It is you creating an advert, and then you put them all over your Facebook, all over your website, and you claim or deliberately misguide people to think that they are they are actual clients, and it's not. Now they do look good. They do look good, but the problem is they look too good for the most part. You have a model couple, quite often models, not actual clients. They sometimes they aren't even known to one another before they show up. You have perfect lighting because you get the time to do it. You can do a flat lay that took you 45 minutes and a team of 5. You can have silk ribbons and shoes no bride would actually walk in for 12 hours straight. You can indulge to your heart's content, and you post it and you caption like it's real. You hashtag like it's real, but you then for most part don't actually say it's real, but the implication is there. And then you wonder why no one books you, because your actual work doesn't look anything like it. Because you don't know how to do that level of work in that short time. Because for the most part, it's not allowed. You can't do it. I don't know many brides who are happy if you spend 45 minutes laying their shoes out in a nice artistic way. Because at a real wedding, you don't have that time. You can, when you get a bit more experience, you'll cut it down to maybe 5, 10 minutes. But for the most part, you are not, if you're doing styled shoots to get yourself a portfolio, are not going to be able to do that with your clients. And when real clients come along with real budgets and real awkwardness because they're not models, and there's rain and there's real timelines that get swapped around, and you've got the wedding planner coordinator, or I know mother-in-law going, hey, we need to do this, we do this. They don't see themselves in your portfolio, so they don't trust you. And what happens is you've done these style shoots and people look at them and go, well, why didn't my wedding photos look like that? You've sold them a dream and you can't deliver it. You literally can't, and they feel duped. Now, I'm speaking to you directly if you're newer in the wedding industry and you're doing shoot after shoot, gorgeous work, and you're proud of it. You put it on your site, your Insta, your TikTok, maybe even on one of those Facebook groups or one of those, was it websites? I can't remember what they're called now. And you're like, oh my God, look at me. I'm amazing. I'm doing really, really well. But your inbox is empty, nada, nothing. And it's because you've been building a portfolio to impress other photographers, not actual clients. Style shoots are like echo chambers. If I'm kind of think of something or an analogy, you get published, sure, because you tell them. But the reason you're getting published is because everything is done perfectly. You get likes from other photographers and planners, great. But how many of the people are hiring you? How many brides and grooms scroll past and go, "Wow, I love that fake." I'm trying to think of something. Tuscany, is it Tuscany? I don't know. Themed wedding. Wow, that's amazing. That's me. None. They're not, because it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Everyone's suit is immaculate. Or the food is immaculately laid out. The lighting is cinema. It's too immaculate, and they just don't connect. I'm sorry. Style shoots feel good. They scratch your creative itch. They give you clout on a photography Facebook group, but they are the easiest way to avoid real work of running a business. Marketing, branding, learning to sell, building client relationships, working with awkward people. I don't want to class people as awkward, but people who aren't models, okay? Managing the chaos of a wedding, editing on a deadline, filling in your damn taxes if you want. Style shoots don't teach you that. Style shoots, if done wrong, keep you performing styled shoots, if done wrong, keep you performing a photography business but not running one. I need to just clarify that again. You look like you're running a business, but you're not. And a lot of people seem to jump on these style shoots and spend all day photographing them, and then they hand them out to all of their vendors. And then people go, oh, you just tag me, just tag me. And the only people who really care are the businesses that are tagged. You might get a few likes, but once you're churning that shoot out and then people start to realize, oh, there's loads of people involved, it's an advert and it can actually put people off working for you. Now, not all of them, and I'm not going to say they are, like I said at the start of this, they are not evil. But there are many things you should be doing before you run off and do a styled shoot. And I'm not saying don't do them. I've done them, and at times I still do them, but they are very much marketed. Hey, I did a styled shoot. This is where loads of people come together and we create what is essentially an advert. Okay. Styled shoots work if you know your ideal client and style it around them, not on a Pinterest board. Okay. If you're aiming for alternative clients, I hate using that term, alternative, but people who aren't perhaps doing the white roses, whatever, down the aisle and the beautiful, the classic. Maybe they're having a pork pie wedding cake. I'm not saying that I'm preempting what I would have, but then you style it like that. Don't make it so slick. Remember, people buy from people and they want connection. So don't necessarily always use models, use real couples. Why don't you offer one of your couples from your family session to do the wedding shoot? Why don't you offer a boyfriend, girlfriend, a faux engagement session? That noise you can hear in the back of this is actually my friend's little boy living his best life, and I'm all for that. Don't pretend it's a real wedding. Under no circumstances should you mislead clients. Be honest. Transparency builds trust. And if you're ashamed to say that, then you know your own work isn't up to standard. Make sure it serves your business goals. Are you testing pricing? Is it, I don't know, you're changing direction with your editing? Are you building SEO content? Have a genuine reason why you're doing it. And don't just go, well, I haven't shot for ages. Oh, joy. And also remember, sometimes venues, people will use styled shoots as a way for them to not have to pay for a photographer to come in and do them some marketing, do some images for them. So if you are handing your images off to a brand to use, a venue to use, make sure they actually tag you and there is like a dialogue between you in a contract form. Listen, I said contract form, of which you understand that perhaps they're going to put your preferred supplier list, or they're going to make sure everyone knows that you took those pictures. Okay, because what's the point in giving people free advertising if you're not getting something? Now, style shoots can help, like I said, if you're intentional. They do give you content, but don't just post like the pictures. One of the things I found that works really well is mixing in with some BTS of that to show just how well you work in a team, but also mix it in with real weddings, and you can even do this as a content idea. Style shoot, you get this, a wedding, you get this, okay? And really, it show people the realistic expectations. It builds trust because they can actually. And also, I want to say, style shoots can build you vendor relationships, so you can nurture them and not ghost people. But the idea is that not everybody likes to work on a style shoot, and there's a lot of stuff that happens on them. So there can be a few egos that come into play. Um, and people want certain things for their portfolio that you don't want for yours, but you're obliged to do it. So make sure you understand the expectations. I love it. Can you hear him screaming? I love this. This is what a happy childhood sounds like, I swear. He's playing with his dad on the sofa. They allow experimentation. Use it to get uncomfortable. Pose. Try different poses. If you're always doing a certain pose, try something new. Shoot in the midday sun, because believe it or not, free wedding at some point will throw curveballs at you, and one of them will be, can we shoot in the midday sun? And you're like, what? What am I doing? Make it harder for yourself, so then you can use a knowledge from that shoot where there's no expectation from a couple waiting these beautiful shots. It's literally you've got models in to test your skills and increase your skills. And for the love of everything, stop pretend your style shoot was real. If you capture it like it's real, then your client has a total different reality and expectation on their wedding day, and you will get bad reviews and zero referrals. You cannot catfish your clients, okay? You cannot. But I want to tell you what style shoots don't replace: clear messaging. They don't replace strong pricing structures, consistent marketing, face to face video content, authentic storytelling. I said it before, people buy from people. As particularly when it comes to weddings, they are led by emotion. Please do not ever to imply that a styled shoot is anything other than what it is, a styled shoot. It is not a real client. If you think you need another styled shoot, no. You need to learn how to write captions that convert. You need to learn how to talk on the camera. You need to stop hiding behind these ribbons and these velvet trays, whatever it is that people put these shoes on, and actually show up. Get yourself in front of it. You're not just a content creator, you're a business owner. You need to start acting like one. So, what I want you to do is go through your website right now and audit how much of it is fake. How much of it is styled? How much is it not a real client? And I will be honest, if the style shoots do not reflect the clients that you're currently aiming for, you need to get rid of them. You can still keep styled work, but you need to label it clearly and start planning content around real weddings. There is nothing wrong with you as long as your bride and groom are happy of you shooting a bit of behind the scenes, putting your phone on top of your camera and photographing, because that makes a lot more real content for people that they can relate to than you doing a styled shoot. And I'll be honest, I've seen photographers who about 80% of their portfolio is clearly styled, and then they've shot weddings and they are posting them up, and there is such an absolute disparagement to the quality from the styled shoot to what they shoot in an actual wedding. And it actually, and although wedding work, their real wedding work isn't awful, when you compare it to the styled shoot they've been posting, it makes it look worse. Just don't pretend anymore. I mean, clients care about real connection rather than editorial perfection. Oh, do you hear that? I rhymed. Style shoots won't save you broken business. They don't fix communication skills. They don't help you build trust. They don't replace learning about a new skill, and they don't teach you how to run a timeline or deal with drunk groomsmen or an angry mother-in-law or a cake that started to melt in the sun or direct sun or a kid that's vomited on the back of the dress or a DJ decides to put lasers and all sorts of it. A styled shoot is a tool. It is not a direct shoot as such, and it's definitely not a business plan, and you shouldn't be just doing them. So I want to say again, they are not terrible for your business, but I'm seeing more and more photographers using them as like, oh, this is actually my business. This is exactly what I do. And implying that this is a real wedding. That is not okay, my loves. It's never going to be okay. You can use them. I'm all for it, but they need to be labeled as such. Okay. The content should match the caption, and the caption should match the contents. Anyway, this has been the Loud Lens. I'm going to disappear into the very sunny Oslo morning. And I want you to know that I've absolutely enjoyed doing these podcasts. So I hope you're going to stick around. Remember, you don't need more styled shoots. You need a better business strategy for marketing. And I'll catch you all next week. I will do more of these. In fact, I think we're going to do a on our next podcast. We're going to invite one of my Norwegian photographer and makeup artist friends to talk, because I think it's really important to talk about the nuances of photography. So yeah, watch out for that one.